Yeah, my name is Ron Rodriguez IV. Yes, I'm a lawyer. Here's the deal. We took the niggers. We took Mr. Wilson's property because we could. He didn't have a lawyer, and I have connections with various judges. I go in the order, and I go and get an order signed because of who I am and what I can do for that judge. You get me? And so we went before Judge Jill Freeman and convinced her, if you will, to execute an order where she had no jurisdiction to do so. But it wouldn't matter because she's going to resign, and not resign, but retire, I should say, weeks later. So it was a win-win situation for us. She went against her basic oath of office. It wouldn't matter because she's leaving the bench. And she wouldn't need an oath of office working for a mediation company that she works for now. All she can do is reflect back on, I'm a former judge, and use that prestige to maybe foster additional funds for herself as a negotiator for this particular prestigious settlement firm. And of course, other judges will refer her cases and so on and so forth. So it's a circle, an in-house deal where a judge could always make money even when the judge is no longer a judge. Anyway, back to Mr. Wilson. That fella, we took his property. It's located at 718, 724, 726 A Alpha, 726, and 728 Northwest 79th Street. It's a three-story structure. It was his homestead. He lives at the third floor penthouse for 20 years. It didn't matter because we had Judge Jill Freeman basically overlook that. Overlooked the Constitution. We went in with a judgment. We didn't do any type of due diligence because if we did, then it would clearly show that the judgment is void because the contractor who did the $275,000 work for Mr. Wilson wasn't licensed. And in the state of Florida, well, you know the story. But nonetheless, we got Judge Jill Freeman to go ahead and execute an order October the 15th, 2015, saying that not only is Mr. Wilson don't have homestead, and he basically disavow ownership of the homestead. The contractor who did the work on his property, the judgment is valid. It's not the product of fraud. Even though, she didn't have jurisdiction to do that because that matter was before another judge, I kind of convinced her to go ahead and do it for me. And she did. And we've been riding out on that order ever since. And, of course, now he's back before Judge Patrice Butchko, and I had her execute an order for me that Mr. Wilson is not allowed to ask me any questions. He's not allowed to ask any witnesses any questions regarding this matter. He's got a hearing coming up to set aside two, what he called me, void judges' orders, and we don't want him asking us any questions as to how we got to where we are. And so Judge Patrice Butchko, she went ahead and granted the ominous order for witness protection for us. So that means Mr. Wilson doesn't have any right to any discovery. He don't have the right to ask any questions. He can't take depositions of witnesses of material value. We just basically cut off his ability to defend himself and to show cause why the upcoming motion to vacate the two court orders should be vacated. We just took that right from him. We are trying to make sure that we keep his property. Judge Jill Freeman hooked us up, and now we got Judge Patrice Butchko, who's executed an order in our favor. She kind of violated his due process in doing so, but hey, at the end of the day, Mr. Wilson is still black. And I'm Latino, I'm Ron Rodriguez. And so that's how it works here at the 11th Circuit. It all boils down to who you know. And we know quite a few judges. We know Michael A. Hensman. We know Victoria Del Pino. You name it. And these judges have basically worked consistent with us and really worked against the law. And this can only happen. And it's pretty much what the 5 police officers did to Tyrese Nichols. Beat him to death. And we basically beat Mr. Wilson to economic death. We took his property against the Constitution. We took his property against Florida Statute 489.127 and 489.128, unlicensed contracting. And we denied him an opportunity to be heard Okay, we block him from any discovery. We can only do this to blacks. And when we're in our gentrification mode, and this is how we do what cops do, and not really cops, individuals dressed in police officers' attires, because what happened in Memphis was not a cop issue, it was a murder issue. And so, but back to Mr. Wilshire, I don't want to get off the track, but we kind of beat him to economic death, taking this 20-year mixed-use homestead property. We bought it for $10, and guess what we sold it for? You ready? $3.5 million. And of course, we shared some of the profits with those who helped us. And that's how we operate here at the 11th Circuit Court. Okay? Okay, you heard it first. I'm Ron McGinnis, the fourth. Thank you. Good day.